All right, great to have you here. For just purchasing this product from my link, I'm letting go the G Toolbox. The G Toolbox is the first ever Google Plus marketing suite. It allows you to automate all your Google Plus tasks such as commenting, replying, inviting, likes, and more. And of course, it helps to promote sales and grow engagement for you. What more can you do with G Toolbox? With G Toolbox, you can activate your functions such as search and comment. Picking a certain keyword, you search it and you can comment on such post that has already been posted by other users. You can also search and like. With search and like, if you would like the system to quickly search a specific keyword in post, you can like, then choose this option. You also have the option to search and reply with a given keyword. You can quickly search for a given post and quickly state your reply to such post, and it posts it straight away. You can also search a given keyword and send your own post to such post that has already been sent. You can also search and promote. You can use this tool to search a specific keyword and post and send the promo link or product link which you want the audience to also see. Same you also do with search and sell. You have a certain product on a store. You copy the product store link. You come down to use the tool search and sell. Once you have a keyword which queries a certain post which you want, you can drop it there and send it. Next, we'll look at search and invite. You can search and invite members of a given post into your own Google Plus account. You can also use this to grow your members of cycle, friends, and family. You can also use this to mention yourself to a given post that has been sent. How can you go about installing this great tool on your server? Here is a quick installation guide which we can take through. First, you have to upload the entire Google Plus folder into your server. You need to open the header file, header.php file, and on line 2 you need to define your Google Plus app ID into that file, and we need to edit the your client's ID value which we'll have to set up. What more can we get to do? We will have a successful installation of this great application. We need to create a Google app account. Once you have a Google Plus app account, you need to create a project. Once you create a project, you also need to create an API and grant it an authentication. On the Google Plus API, we need to click on Enable API, and thereafter you click on Credentials, you add credentials. Then we need to configure the consent screen by defining the product name, then choose the category web application. At this point, we are almost done, where you just need to define two redirect URLs. You have to authorize JavaScript origin. Supposing your script homepage is, for example, what we already have here, Marketer Google, then the URL to define need to be the parent URL, that is under authorized JavaScript origin. Then authorize redirect URL. Supposing our script homepage is, then the URL to define need to be this with the Marketer Google account /connect.php. Then once we are done with that, we are going to get our app client ID. So in essence, we'll be passing through this stage to get our app ID, which we will need to configure this great G Plus tool, the first ever Google Plus marketing suite toolbox. So join me now as we take our first step in uploading our file into the server and configuring it, identifying our header.php file. So follow me now. All right, good. So I'm already on my cPanel. I believe you'll be able to access your cPanel of the server. Once you access the cPanel of your server, you come straight to File Manager. On File Manager, it's loading. I want to access my file directories and to use the parent directory, which allows the public view. It's what we have here, the directory which we have as public_html. This is the directory that is concerned with all uploads you have to do. So I would want to upload the GtoolBox here. I come straight to upload menu. You can see the upload menu where my cursor is moving around here. So I hit on upload. I would want to pick the file. I click on select file. This should be pointing to my local machine, allowing me to pick the file which would want to work with. I have that on review, So I hit on review, come straight to GtoolBox. I have it here, so I pick it. It's already uploading into our server. Once it's 100%, great, it's already 100%. We'll redirect back to our public directory. All right, it's trying to fetch the directory content. All right, let's it's not reflecting here. When yours is not reflecting like this, you hit on the reload to reload it again to fetch the entire directory content. All right, great. So we have our GtoolBox zip here. So I'll just select it. I'll right click and hit on extract. So I hit on extract. I'll have a folder bearing GtoolBox as well. All right, great. Close. So we now have a toolbox called GtoolBox. So this is the directory which I'll be calling to access this application. So once we double click on it here, all right, so you notice we have our header PHP file which we want to edit. So I'll select the header.php file and click on edit. All right, I'll hit on edit. So on our header, recall is the meta element which we want to edit. So great, here we have it here. So we'll have the meta name which we want to edit here. All right, so trying to locate the exact meta name which we want to work with. Recall that we were asked to work with meta 22, line 22. So meaning this is a meta name which we want to work with. So we input our Google sign-in ID here. Then content, we define our Google app which we've created here. So we'll have to change this content app ID to ours. So that's the task we want to do. So to get that done, we will need to go to create our Google account to do so. All right, so it's calling up the project console. All right, great. So we now have the Google app console here. So we'll have to click on create project. Of course, on create project, I want to call this GtoolBox. All right. Your project ID will be GtoolBox Dix. So hit on create. All right, great. Alright, so once you've created your new project, you click on it. You notice here that I already have a standing project up there, so I will need to click on GtoolBox to enable that application to be on. So once it's on, the next step is enable API. So I'll hit on enable API. So to enable the API, we're interested in enabling Google Plus API. So I'll go straight to Google Plus API. Alright, great. So I have it here, Google Plus API. Alright, so I want to hit on enable. So I'm enabling the API for this application. Alright, so it says to use this API, you may need credentials. So click on create credentials to get started. So I can hit on create credentials, or I can come to credentials here to create the credentials. So I want to hit straight here and say create credentials. Alright, great. So we have it here that which app are you using, which API are you using. We are using the Google Plus API. So where will you be calling the API from determines which settings you will need to configure. So we'll be calling it from a web browser JavaScript. That's it. Alright, so we have it here, web browser JavaScript. So we want to access the user data. So to access our user data, we want to go straight to the next step, which will define the credentials. Alright, great. So we want to give this GtoolBox web client. So we'll call this GtoolBox web client. So we can just give it that. Alright, our authorized JavaScript origin, of course, is a website from which we'll be calling our GtoolBox, and the website, it's this which we have here with a supreme short code. which has a GtoolBox, which we'll enable in here. So we copy this, that's the credentials which we'll be using, that's the copy it and drop there, drop it here. All we need to add is http colon www dot, that's the parent domain name which that directory is extracted into. Then the next point is authorized redirect URL. So the authorized redirect URL is, alright, so the redirect URL becomes this. So copy this now. You have same here, http right, great. So we have this as GtoolBox. Of course you have it as /account. You have it as /connect.php. Alright, so that should call that up for us. So you can just copy this and keep, and come to the browser here to confirm our manager to be sure. GtoolBox here. So we're right. Alright, so let's now go straight to finish our API, which will now get our application to input. So that's right. So let's go back to our credential setup. Alright, so the next step is what? Create client ID. Alright, so set up the author consent screen. So at this point here, the product name that will be seen to users is GtoolBox. So we can just have it that way, GtoolBox. So hit on continue. Great. So we now have our credentials client ID, which is this. This is the ID which we'll copy into our header. So hit on copy. You can download it. Let's hit on done. Great. So we can now come straight here to our header on line 22. We're editing this entire content here to what we want it to be. Great. Alright, so we paste. We now have our own content there. Let's close the tab. Once that's done, we hit on save changes. Alright, great. Alright, so let's go back to preview our application to see how it works. Let's refresh this. Having a little issues with our credentials, we did not add the security layer prefix, that is the HTTPS, which is what we're supposed to have here. So let's say we are copying this back, says HTTPS of www.supremeshortcode.com. Alright, great. So we'll do some editing here. Alright, great. So we have that. Then now we have to correct this again. So this becomes a GtoolBox account connect.php. Alright, great. So we drop that and hit and save. Alright, so we've edited API authentication. Let's go back to view how it goes. Let's see our header editing again if it conforms with this code here, 546.111.0.0.7. So let's be sure. Alright, so we're right. XL8KG. We have that credential, yeah. So let's now go back to view it. I'll say GtoolBox. Great. Right. Still have that error. Let's see. Still have to further edit this. We don't have that connect there. So we have to further edit this here. We have here as a GtoolBox. GtoolBox column connect.php. Alright. So take this off and have that. So let's save that again. Alright, great. Alright then, so let's go back to call this up. If it doesn't call up, then we need to add .index. Alright, so let's try this and add the rather index.php. Alright, let's see how that goes. Oh. Alright, so I was already calling a wrong URL because my server has several domains connected to it, so I was already logged on to a wrong account and using a wrong domain for that. So the right URL which I'm supposed to be using, it's Supreme Web NG. So I'll have to call back to my client authentication API here to edit the URL, which is the origin URL and that which I'm calling. So my API is this here. That's my URL, not Supreme shortcode. So I have this as that. Great. So I'll delete this off. Right. So I come back here, add this off, and have here connect.php. Alright, great. So I take out, I delete this. So that's great. I did our authentication there now. So our API is edited, still retains what we have on our header. So I come back to the browser here so that we'll not be having this error. I drop it. Great. Alright, great. So we've been redirected. So in your case, if you notice that error is requiring is stating that is an insecure server, you can click on advanced and confirm the certificate for your page to display. So we now have it here. We now have the G Plus toolbox that does the entire magic for our Google Plus marketing. So you can get to see the virtual marketing manager. Once you log in, it allows you to play around with any of the tools here, either search and comment, search and like, search and reply, search and send, search and promote, search and sell. You could also search and invite, you could search and add to cycle, search and mention. But before you can use this tool, you need to hit on login. You need to give an authentication from your Google account. So sign in with your Google account. Signing in now. All right, let's see. All right, so try to sign in. Great. So I'm having this error here. This error clearly shows that I've not verified my domain to be able to call up the user account's authentication. So we need to go back to our API credentials to do some further editing. All right, so let's close this and go over there. I go back to my credentials, I hit on edit again. Rather, I cancel. I come to authentication screen. You can add some further details here. These are optional, so I can leave it blank, but I can come here, domain verification. I'll need to add that domain and verify that I own ownership to that domain. Rather, I have www.supreme shortcode. That's Supreme Web. So you need to be careful with all these details so you have a successful installation on your server. So let's do this now. Do another pick order. Alright, so add this text record. So add this text record below to the DNS configuration for Supreme Web. I hit and click verify. So let's do this. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go back to the server, add this text record. Add the text record. Let's come to Simple Zone Editor under domains. I want to add a text record. Let's go over to Advanced Editor. Okay, good. So I have this as text. Right, so I have the text data. This data here. So I have the data. Supreme Web ng.com. Right? So Supreme Web ng can add the record. Right, so let's just 900. Okay. So I already have that there. So you can now come straight to Google Domain Verify. Verify this, if it can be seen. Alright, great job. So it's now verified. You can now use Google service for your property. So you see the entire steps required. Also done that. It's already added. So you can now come straight here. Allow webhook notification to be sent to the following domain. So we have www.supremewebng.com. Right, so supremewebng.com, say add domain. Right, so we have allowed domains. We have supremeweb.com, which can call that up. Alright, so let's go back to refresh our page and see if we'll be granted access. Alright, so we are now back. We want to refresh our page. Alright, so our page is refreshed. I want to hit on login now. Alright, so on my login, I hit on sign in. Oh, alright, so I have added here. I've added here www dot, which is what we provided on our credentials. So I want to hit on login now. So once I hit on login, sign in. Great, so now I have access and log in with this account. Great, said success. You have connected your account. Select a tool below. So once you search, click reply to open a pop-up window plus the G page. So I have it down here, so I can search any function here. I can search and comment. Let's say I want to comment on a given keyword. You can pick the number of searches you want. You can pick it at 5 or 1. let's just say we for the sake of demonstration, uh let's see if we could have a news content to say uh, demolish, or rather let's say, or what news can we create here now? Let's say breaking news. Let's just have it as breaking. Let's see if we have such contents. All right, so we have that the feed comes for Busy Hallelujah Challenge breaking. All right, Arts Naira blog. Right, so I can now hit on reply, or you can show more of such content. It gives us, so I can say I want to reply to this particular content. I hit on reply. It takes me to my Google Plus page to hit on reply content. So I can now come straight and drop the content. Of course, it has to be a content that is related to my niche or my business scope, which will allow me to directly drop the content. So that's it. Let's pick another keyword. Let's drop this. Let's say I want to promote my services to what I'm doing. I want to search and promote on it. Let's say I want on, let's say, marketing, marketing. So I want to promote my content marketing skill. It's coming up. Right, so once you scroll below, you're going to see the marketing content that I brought up. So you have account-based marketing versus inbound marketing, 4 common questions answered. So you can go straight to hit on this Maurice post, or you can Bing Ads now offers competitive share of voice metrics. So let's say I want to comment on this particular post, so I hit on reply. I can also hit on show more to see other feeds. So I could drop a link that leads to my blog here now, because I know this has been published to the public, so I could not say share freely from my content marketing skills. Of course, if I do this, I can now drop a link. I can now drop a link saying which could lead to my blog, myblog.com. And once they visit the link, they'll read more about my content marketing skills. And of course, from there, I can convert them to become leads to my content marketing services following our content which I must have presented to them. So that's the great job which our G2 Plus box toolbox can do for us with Google Plus, helping us to automate our processes, searching for specific content that meets our target. So if you're into email marketing, you could also pick on search and promote and do same to, let's say, email. The marketing is quite generic, which you can also have several niche on it. So have email. Let's scroll and see. Great, we have if the news title does agrees with what you want to promote on, you can pick the post, or you can see it and show more to see other content that are related to mail. Says top binary options forex trading. So you can see related content which you can now just quickly reply on. Let's now see how you can also search and cycle. So on the search and cycle, select, let's say you want someone within the Devizu, or cycle with them, hit and search. Okay, so scroll down. Right, so we have the Devizu live, which is the view action. So you can now hit on reply. So it takes you down here. Of course, down here you can now add the person. So once you're on the page, you can now come straight to JVC Live. Once you select it, you can now choose to follow. So you now belong to this cycle and they also belong to you as well. So those are the great jobs you can do with G Plus Toolbox and get connected with your G Plus management system. You can do same too with mention. You can also do some, let's say, let us type content, you do same. So once you have just scroll down and pick any content you want to work on and then hit on mention too and get that done. So those are the great jobs we can do with the G Plus Toolbox. All right. So once again, you can get access to this great manager once you buy the product from our affiliate link. We encourage you to do so as we'll keep giving you great support all the way as you keep working with us. Thank you.